Hey, Lee here with the pull list for May 16th, 2012, presented by LongboxRadio.com. This was, by far, the most expensive week of the year for comic books for me. I spent $100, well, $97 with bags and boards without actually picking up anything outside of my own pull list of books I usually pick up. It's just a huge week. So let's get right down to it. Batwoman, which is strangely enough not a tie-in to Night of the Owls yet, anyways, it has been kind of a mess as the last couple issues. Is out this week with number 9 there. It's been a book that I've been seriously considered just dropping. I mean, it started so strong, but just kind of become kind of muddy and a mess of art and writing of the last couple issues. So there's that. Not a tie-in though, so maybe they. Who knows? What is, though, is Catwoman number 9, which is, of course, tying it to Night of the Owls. There we have Catwoman facing off against an assassin of some kind. Jed Winnick, of course, still in charge of that book there, so there's Catwoman for you. DC Universe Presents moves on from the previous storyline they were doing. They did Dead Man, then they did Challenges of the Unknown. Now we're on to Savage. Daughter's Destiny, A Father's Secret, Savage. So there it is. Still sticking on the book, going to see what this particular story arc has in store for me, and that's coming to us from James Robinson and Bernard Chang, actually. So, cool stuff. Moving on, still in DC, we have Justice League number 9. Just a bunch of ass kicking there on the front. And of course, this continues on the Shazam backstory that's been going on as well. Again, it's from Jeff Johns. The writing's alright. It's just, it's from the start, I've not really been a big fan of this Justice League book. It was the one that's supposed to lead the charge on the new 52. They're rebooting the DC Universe after so many years. And I don't know, it just kind of seems like there could be more to it. Who knows? It's not a thinking man's Justice League. It's quite literally the least amount of time before they can get all those characters together and interacting, and they're just doing things that are out of character. Like when Batman takes his cowl off to talk to Hal Jordan, it was just really weird character moments in there. Anyways, Supergirl number 9. This is continuing a story arc that started in the last issue, where she's kind of integrating herself into society, kind of learning how Earth works and whatnot. And it's taken 9 issues to start doing so. So really a slow burn of a Supergirl story. So there it is. Super cool. Been enjoying that one. Still reading it. Wonder Woman coming to us from Brian Azzarello. Another kind of weirder book. We have Hades on the cover there, who's the gentleman with the birthday cake on his head, more or less. I really like Brian Azzarello's writing and stuff like that. I don't really... The story itself was like a semi-origin story. Not so much in that we see where Wonder Woman came from, but we do kind of get to see her be a little fish out of water, which I'm not sure, like, all the other books kind of avoided doing that. Wonder Woman is the one book that kind of delved into that, and I don't think it was really necessary. But I'm not offering a in-depth review of Wonder Woman here on this poll list, so there it is. Still awesome. Art's really cool. Wonder Woman. Over to Dynamite Books, we have The Ninjettes. This is issue 4. I have no idea why I'm still picking up this book. I really dig the covers, I guess. Aside from that, the book's kind of ho-hum, assassiny, ninja kind of fare, so not really much to recommend, but it's alright. If you like violence and katanas and whatnot, it's cool, I guess. The Shadow number 2, I really dug the first issue of this from Garth Ennis and Aaron Campbell, of course. Looking forward to the second one. Dynamite, man. Wow. So we got the Spider, we got the Shadow. Both books I've added to my pull list. Definitely check them out if you want something a little different, a little more noir-esque. Just vigilantes taking things into their own hands there. So that's the Shadow. Going over to Image, we have Darkness 103 coming to us from David Hine. It's been a super cool book. I dropped Artifacts, and I'm just reading Darkness now. Jackie Estacado has managed to separate himself from the darkness, but because he was born with the darkness actually kind of takes a doppelganger form of himself. So while he's going to stay true to his promise and not be the darkness, he can still kind of command the darkness to go do his bidding. So it's going to be interesting. Super cool book. That's the Darkness. New book coming to us from Image from Robert Kirkman and Mark Silvestri. We're just talking about Darkness, coincidentally enough. Robert Kirkman's bringing us Hardcore, which is from Image. That's number 1. Image number 1s are always worth at least picking up. Just kind of see what's going on. They always are very vastly different from one another, so I do like picking up a number 1, and maybe, who knows, I'll stay on this one. There's got a little kid with a gun shooting his mom. Cool, awesome. Saga number 3, a book I am simply in love with. I know I like it way more than anyone else on the podcast, that's for sure. This is issue 3 going on here, so just look at the cover and tell me you're not at least intrigued by that. That's coming to us from Brian K. Vaughan and Fiona Staples. Super cool book. Definitely pick it up if you can find the first couple issues. I think they're going to second print and whatnot. We'll make an awesome trade. Just a bizarro, kind of quirky world that's been established here. I love it. Saga, pick it up. Woo! Going over to Marvel, Avengers 26. We have, yeah, well... You tell me. I don't know, Thor's looking a little weird on the front there. He kind of looks like Rowdy Piper on the... Whatever. Anyways, that's going into Avengers vs. X-Men, of course, so... Speaking of which, Avengers Academy, which will probably also be doing the same. We have Metal facing off against Sebastian Shaw on the front there, who managed to hit himself in the head with a book until he was able to escape a prison cell they actually made him on the new Avengers mansion or wherever it is. I read the book, you think I should know. But no, that's kind of another forced crossover. We have all the extra X-Men from Utopia, that kind of Cyclops and his team just left behind, dropped off in Avengers Academy by Wolverine and the Avengers, and just kind of like watch over them. They're not POWs, we're not going to call them that, but that's basically what they are. So that's what's happening in that book. Again, issue 30 already, so congratulations, Christoph Gage. It's 30 issues already. Remember when I first started getting back into comics, this was like Siege was just ending, and this book was just starting, so it makes me feel old. Avengers vs. X-Men round 4. Digging the cover, got all the Avengers and X-Men kind of chasing hope there. There's the second last issue before there's like a break or a big something in the event. Apparently there's 2 acts to the event. Who knows? Anyways, there's that one. That one's coming to us from Jonathan Hickman this time around, so should be cool. I don't know. Speaking of should be cool, Avengers versus the X-Men. Versus, kind of a little confusing, but this is actually just going to be one of the showdown books. So, I mean, judging by the cover, we can probably surmise that we have Spider-Man versus the Juggernaut / Colossus there, and then we have Gambit and Captain America squaring off. Captain America's got something weird going on with his pants there. I don't know what it is, but no, the first issue of this was actually pretty cool. This is what I thought the event would boil down to: just brainless fanboy, just who would win? Who would win? That's this book. The other book's kind of, I don't know what to think about that event. You've heard me talk about it on the podcast. Daredevil number 13 coming to us from Mark Waid. I seem like I've gotten a Daredevil issue a week. Does anyone else feel that way? We've got the Mega Event one, Mega Effect event. Then we had the one where he goes on that date, and this would be the follow-up to that. So, very curious to read it, and it's been an awesome book. All the covers for Daredevil have also been very, very eye-catching, so that's awesome. But yeah, that feels like three Daredevils in 4 weeks. Whatever, not complaining, really. Fantastic Four is getting a 0.1 issue. It's 605.1. Sure, why not? Good jumping on point. The Fantastic Four is going through a big falling action now. Jonathan Hickman's giant storyline that's been, all-encompassing with the Johnny Storm death and everything like that kind of came to a head. The last couple issues have been kind of picking up the pieces. This apparently is, we've done a couple issues already of kind of like, falling action. This apparently is the epitome of it. So there it is. Definitely jump on the book if you haven't already. If you don't like Fantastic Four, Jonathan Hickman will make you like Fantastic Four. Fury, Max, awesome. Garth Ennis, no one writes Nick Fury quite like this gentleman. First issue was awesome, came a little late, which was last week, meaning I get my second issue right away, so that's awesome. Cool cover there. The book inside is probably going to be awesome. I'm guaranteeing that, actually. Incredible Hulk's also getting a 0.1 issue this week from Jason Aaron. They did one storyline. Do they need a 0.1 issue? Is that because of the Avengers and the Hulk being so popular that they figure... Whatever. People are going to be a little it's a little jarring already to maybe learn in this that Bruce Banner no longer exists and in fact was exploded. But all the same, cool cover there. Jason Aaron's still in the book. I don't know, that first storyline, me and Mike kind of agree on. That was kind of a weak Hulk story, but whatever. We'll see what 7.1 has in store for us. Invincible Iron Man, which I've been loving, of course. That's coming to us from Matt Fraction. That's 517. Iron Man's kind of given up. Or rather, Tony Stark's given up on being Iron Man. They Hammer and Obadiah Stane and who else? Mandarin have him pretty much under their fingernails. So that's not the way. Under their thumb. Sorry, my expressions, all the finger expressions. Anyway, so that's Iron Man there. Super cool book. I've really enjoyed it. Pick it up. The only thing is with this book is you can't really jump on most anywhere. What's cool about that is you at least get to read Most Wanted, Extremists. I said Most Wanted already, Disassembled and whatnot. If you read all those books and read all those trades, it's an awesome ride to get to where we are. So that's one book I definitely recommend picking up everything and kind of catching up on, because I love that book. Going over to Mark Millar and Dave Gibbons, we have Secret Service number 2. Pretty cool looking cover there. If you read the first issue, you kind of probably know where this is going to go. Super cool book. Dave Gibbons' art is very good, and it lends itself very well to this kind of book. So love it. Mark Millar, can't do wrong. That guy. If he tried, he couldn't. Thunderbolts, of course, winding down, becoming Dark Avengers pretty soon. We have to save the world. The Fixer must destroy himself, which, if you read the last issue, already actually happened. So we'll see what Jeff Parker there has in store for us. Finally this week, Venom number 18. If you read the last issue, if you listened to the last podcast we did, things are kind of coming to a head. We're super excited for what happened to Eddie Brock in the last issue. If you haven't read it, I won't spoil it. If you listen to the podcast, it's already been spoiled for you. So Rick Remender brings us Venom 18. Super cool. Looking forward to what happens here. Really picking up where the book left off before Circle of 4 happened, and we'll just forget Circle of 4 happened because it was just a blight on this book. So Venom, awesome. Pick it up. That's all my books for this week. I got a lot of reading to do. We're doing a podcast this weekend. It'll be up probably before Sunday, so check that out. I put a link below. There is the website link as well as our iTunes link, so if you can't get enough of my voice, definitely go on there and listen to us, me, Mike, and Rob usually. We'll be talking about comic books and news and whatnot. So check it out. Please subscribe to YouTube and to our podcast link there, and we'll bring in all the comic book news and reviews we can. So talk to you later.